Hi, I'm Milton, and this is my fiance,
Candice.
and welcome to Take Two with Flair. When I just met her, right, we were in this catering company called Top Shelf. New guy on the scene, everybody knew me as Milton, but I saw this one girl, like, she was just chill. She wasn't flocking me or anything like that. Me, that was about 5 years ago. Handsome, fresh, well-groomed, God. and everybody was like, oh, you don't know the new guy. She was like, oh, and there's a Milton. She was like, no, I don't know no Milton. So when I hear that, she was like, oh, I threw me a new guy, I'm handsome, that's why me start to serve the head table, because normally she would be the one serving the head table. And then she was like, I threw him handsome. And I went over to her and I was like, is that true what you said? And she was like, yeah, I threw you handsome, that's why you get, to serve the head table.
It's like, usually when we do functions, I usually handle the head table. And this one particular day, my boss was like, oh, I just need you on training. Some new people are here, whatever. But then I'm like, okay, so who's working head table just to make sure it's good? And he's like, oh, Milton. And I'm like, I don't know Milton, who's new? And I saw him, I'm like, oh yeah, it's on Facebook, that's why, just leave it at that. And then I remember during the function, he was there and they're all like, because he had the tags, I guess it was interesting, I don't know, all of them, oh my God, where you from? I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle this cockiness, like this is too much. Like it was just so much. And then he came over and he's like, just want to get to know you, and I'm like, okay. But it was work and I don't really, mix the personal and the work. So it's like, all right, cool, no problem. I'm like, so what's your name? He's like, oh yeah, I'm Ricardo. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we went on functions after and people kept saying Milton. And I'm like, I don't know a Milton. And it's like, Ricardo. And they're like, who's Ricardo? It's like, what is happening? Like, what's your name? But I don't know if it was like embarrassed of the name Milton because it's an older name. I don't know what it was. I was the only person in the entire place that knew him as Ricardo, and everybody thought I was talking about somebody different. It was really crazy.
Yeah. If she calls me Milton, I would not answer.
He doesn't even answer.
One day she was like, Milton, and she was calling, and I could hear her, but I was like,
not today.
I wonder. Then she was like, sometimes I wonder if Milton is not on your birth paper.
It's not your name.
It's not your name.
It's fine though. I think it's definitely one of those journeys, like I couldn't foresee any of it, like it was up and down. I would say probably 80% of the relationship we were separate. I do hospitality, so I travel for work. So I leave at a year at a time or 4 months. And so I think the distance kind of work, for us. A lot of people it doesn't. It does for us. I guess it's just creating the appreciation for when we actually get back together. And it forces you to pay attention to that communication, to be by yourself. And something that was very important to me getting together, it's like we both met at different points in our life. I was just finishing up college. He was already out there, we're at different points. I needed us to work on us before this made any sense to me. But the 5 years has been adventurous.
A friend of mine called our relationship hide and seek.
It's been an adventure. It's been up and down.
I remember
mostly ups for sure.
I remember one year when she was leaving for her 1 year internship, and after I dropped her off at the airport, I got home and I looked around and the house was empty. I sat on the edge of my bed and I broke down. Because at that point, I didn't know how to be alone. And it forces me to say, hey, you have to learn to be alone. And that was the turning point when
it was just like we were constantly together, like with my family, at school, if I had functions, wherever it was that we're always together. That was rough.
I broke down.
That was rough. But on the other side, there is a level of appreciation I think that comes when you're apart, that we got to experience that multiple times. Like I think that was what worked for us. A lot of people are like, oh no, long distance don't work and yada yada, but I think it works if you want it to.
Yeah.
Like you figure it out, and it was hard, but it was
worth it.
I don't regret any of it. I think it was perfect.
Do you know that she was the one?
How did I know?
Booty fat. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
How did I know? About in the first year and a half, I realized that, yo, this girl know me ins and out. Like, nobody, she pays attention to the slightest details. Like, sometimes she says some things and I'll be like, what? Point in case, she said to me, every time I finish talking about somebody, I goes,
Yeah, that's true.
and I said, what? No, Gossa.
No, it's
She
true.
was
Like, we'll be talking about you, and he's like, yeah, I was there with her, whatever. And then long after the conversation, it's like, ha, Krista.
Yes, and it's
Like,
and it's true.
It was just so weird. I'm like, yeah, like you
And
don't
then-
know, like nobody noticed that before. We're talking about Shanari and hey, bro, whatever. And then a little time was like, yeah, Nari, and I'm like, why you keep doing that? Like,
And when you have somebody like that pays attention to the needle in a haystack, trust me. And what cemented it for me even more was when I was picking the ring. When I was picking the ring, and like, as I said, every emotions in the world was coursing through my veins. And you see, when I went down on my knee, and as them say, I was literally falling over. I was like, yo, this is it. This is it.
What is his favorite liquor of choice?
That should
I
be
went
easy.
with that because of the mixing, yeah.
That should be easy.
Yeah, it should be. That's a very easy question. Okay, what is it?
Campari.
Well, what is the best gift you have ever given Candice?
I'll do
Leave me alone, Joe.
yo, you too much, I can't.
We not done yet?
Yeah, man, we're done, man.
Alright.
Ready?
Reveal. No, you.
I think it has to be the portrait. He did this portrait, that was like a hand-drawn photo that I had. It was super big, really pretty.
Who was the photo?
Me, yeah. I think that's it.
Self-portrait.
I saw portrait spell?
Yes, baby.
Oh.
Oh, you got it right. I didn't got it right. What was his favorite vacation?
That should be easy. That should be easy.
I'm gonna see her dance.
Wait.
Oh,
Go.
My 30th birthday when we went to Travelers. That was awesome.
I promise you didn't practice.
No, we didn't practice. We did not practice, guys.
What do you do to make her smile? Wait, yeah, go ahead.
I would say a check-in. So a check-in. You have it?
Yeah, Tabo.
So
We have
if,
this thing.
A hotel check-in, yeah.
We'll have this thing where if we're having like a bad situation or having a bad day, I'll be like, babe, I need a check-in. So it's just basically just, words of encouragement. As long as you can go, just say anything that, just to make you feel better.
It's just basically
So
expressing.
it go both ways.
everything.
Or just reminding like, I love you, you did this, da da da.
And you're the greatest, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I love you, everything.
Yeah, go on, man.
So our message would be, let us grasp
You better.
with two hearts open to bind CB and NW.
It's the thing on the tag.
It's our only message that we travel with.
I think it's commitment and a lot of compromise.
And
you have to be willing to
yeah.
set your needs aside too to accommodate the other person.
And
And-
know the person's
Yeah.
cues.
I call them cues.
Know when to poke, know when
Yeah.
to hug, know when to give a chops on the forehead.
I know it has to be something that you kind of pay attention to.
Yeah,
You have to observe your partner. And I feel like that's why it works for us.
I remember
the distance
I remember
works for us.
one night she came in from work. No, I got home from work early, but she had to go out hang with the girls or stuff. And she came home and her hair was down, and I was in bed all cuddled up waiting for her. And she came home and we were there chatting. But I noticed her pattern when she's out and she get home, she combs her hair, wrap it up, and I noticed she's not wrapping it. I was like, why you not wrapping your hair? She was like, because I know you pay attention to me and you like when my hair is down. And I was just looking at her like, oh, I was like, and she was right, because I was admiring her, and then she was like, yeah, am I right? I was like, yeah, so.
I don't know, I feel you just have to understand your partner and kind of be willing to, all right, this time he wants to do this, all right, let me go ahead and do it. Compromising, yes, but not compromise like what you want. I don't know, it's just respecting or holding somebody else's happiness, above your own at the same time. I don't know, it works. I can't really explain the remedy, but it works.